are you? Welcome. I am bringing you the New Moon in Leo mixed with Lionsgate reading. We've got both occurring on the same day, 8-8, major portal, lots of energetic shifts, jumping to higher timelines, and obviously opening heart chakra. It's a powerful, powerful portal way, and so I wanted to sort of do a combined reading for both the new moon, which is in Leo. The moon is in Leo right now, and moving to join hands with the sun. So there will be this beautiful burst of energy, of creative energy, life force energy, almost feeling like you step out the front door, and just as you get like from underneath the transom, this beam of light comes down and bathes you in this golden ray of sunlight. That's the feeling. So if you've been having lots of rushes of energy, overwhelming at times, feeling like it's coming at you like a fire hose, that's normal. But on the 8th itself, things should kind of sort of form a single ray and be very pinpointed and focused. So that's what we're going to look at today. As always for the new moon, I do pull cards from Queen of the Moon Oracle, so let's do that first. Queen of the Moon, where we've been, where we are, oh, so beautiful, and where we're headed. My goodness. All right. So where we've been, realization, card number 3, sort of looking through the keyhole and having these moments, these bursts of clarity, these bursts of insight, realization. And then right now we're in this blossoming phase, card 33. If you're seeing 3s, here's your confirmation. The blossoming card is more about, once we realize something, once we get that aha moment, this almost feels like the Ace of Swords, and we have that moment of clarity and everything. It's like we move from the darkness and into the light, and then we can blossom. Then we can fully stand in our power and begin to grow because we've learned something new. We've had this aha moment, this epiphany that gives us the opportunity to sort of, plant firmly in the ground and bloom where we stand. I love that energy. Moving forward, we've got card 13. 1 and 3 is 4, so it's about structure, and the card is will. So I'm going to read this to be sure that I don't miss anything important, because it's where we're headed. And it says, okay, so it's decisions require action. So that's our will. Feels very much like solar plexus. You are in control of your own decisions in life, no one else's. Passion and will determine a great proportion of your success. You will persist. You possess free will, which means you should focus on yourself first and avoid placing your will over another's. To use our will productively, we should assess what we really want and make sure this is what we want to reach for. So once we've had this realization and we begin to plant our feet firmly in the ground and bloom, and grow where we're planted, then we step into the now I'm ready to take action. So this is where we're headed. And we have to be sure that we're clear about what we want, right? Make sure that what you're heading toward is what you really want. Good message. That's for the new moon. So for Lionsgate, I actually pulled from Oracle of the 7 Energies. And this is more about the energies coming in through Lionsgate are very specific. It's a message. So these cards that I pulled from the Oracle of the 7 Energies are what the reading will be about. So we start with the Uncharted Sea, which is about feeling sort of out of your comfort zone. You don't really have the map for where you're headed. It's uncharted territory. It's like that into the unknown. Gemini got an oracle card for their reading that was similar. It was called Drifter. Not exactly the same, but it's almost in terms of cutting the mooring lines, right? What tethers us to the dock of our own life is going to change. So Lionsgate is bringing in and opening this opportunity to step out of familiar patterns and old ways of being, cut those mooring lines, and let ourselves set sail, which is great because it kind of goes with the blossoming card. The next card out is Close Encounters, card number 10. Notice this is card 46, 4 and 6 is 10, completion, and this is card 10, completion, and it is Close Encounters, which is about being vulnerable with the other, letting them see you in all your beauty, kind of getting out of the cage. You know, we surround ourselves with walls or you know, protective layers and barriers that keep the other from really getting to know us at our core. So this is about, part of the uncharted sea here is about being vulnerable, not in our comfort zone perhaps. And then we cap it all off with card number 8. Couldn't be more perfect. 8-8, into me I see. It's all about intimacy, guys. That's what this is revealing to us. So we've got some super powerful oracle coming in for both the new moon in Leo as well as Lionsgate. I do feel like the will card is the one that I'll be most interested to see how it plays out in this reading, because it's about really being clear on what we want before we go for it. Right before we firmly plant our stake in the ground and lay claim to what it is we're trying to manifest or what we want, we've got to be really clear about it. So let's take a look. I'm going to use the Light Seers Tarot. This is good for all signs. It's a twin flame collective reading. And the energies I'm really concerned with most is the uncharted sea, the close encounters, and the into me I see energies coming through. New levels of vulnerability and exposing our true selves. That into me I see, both that, the close encounters and the into me I see cards come from the second energy center, which is the sacral, which is what I was feeling before with the will card as well. But for the Oracle of the Seven Energies, it is the water energy center, which I think is really interesting. So lots of emotions. Okay, so hello, lovers. So we're talking about, you know, union, choosing union, coming home. And sometimes this is about really being vulnerable. And, oh my gosh, I just got a rush. I don't know if you noticed, just totally flushed when I pulled this card. Oh my gosh. So yeah, choices, choices, choices. And it does involve our connections. If we are choosing this connection, we have to be prepared for being vulnerable and exposed. That's the uncharted sea. It might be a new experience for many of you. What's crossing this? Yeah. What's crossing this is the devil. All right. So there may be some stuck energy here, some residual leftover patterns that are toxic, that kind of have a grip on the connection, that either keep you tethered to each other in a way that's not as healthy as you would like. So that may be part of the choice. It can, I mean, we've got Gemini and Capricorn here. Those are two very interesting and different energies. But the devil in this case can just be about the challenge is to not operate from ego, right? To operate from your higher self. So that may be why it's coming in to kind of cross us here. Underneath, Four of Pentacles. Yes, some guarded energy. Now, the guarded energy of the Four of Pentacles can just be about not being ready to be fully exposed, not being ready to be vulnerable. And notice how she's kind of clutching her purse there and turning her head as if to say, no, what's mine is mine. And it's really talking about the heart chakra. It's really talking about like, I'm not letting anybody in, right? I belong to me and you stay. This is the line in the sand that you can't cross. So that Four of Pentacles is really more about what you're keeping out and holding on to with dear life. In the past, we have the Hermit. Perfect, because it is talking about that realization, that that energy of being on a long journey, a solitary journey, really spending time looking within. These two cards feel closely related to me. Even though I see this more as the Ace of Swords, I do almost feel like if you look at both of those cards, there is sort of this mystical light energy surrounded by darkness and the mystery of the cosmos when you finally go, oh, now I get it. So that's why I see that as the Ace of Swords. But the Hermit has a similar energy of looking within and going, oh, now I get it. So I feel as if we've all been on this very solitary journey of self-introspection, self-awareness, growing closer and more comfortable with ourselves and all our flaws and human frailties. So the Hermit here in the past, it was necessary. What's crowning us now? Eight of Pentacles. Now we're ready to step out and do the work, coming up with creative solutions to a problem here. And in the near future, we have King of Wands. Wow, I see it, I want it, I claim it, it's mine. This can be your energy, it can be the energy of your divine counterpart. Ooh, that feels good. And notice the lion there. So I'm feeling the lion's gate, the will. This is the will coming in. Absolutely. So this is the will, being very clear about what you want and then claiming it. I'm going to stop right here and clarify. So let me, you know me, I like to move my cards around, guys. So give me a moment. Get myself organized. All right, let's look at the lovers, please. We have Gemini, Capricorn, Virgo, Aries, Leo, Sag, but I'm feeling the Leo new moon and the Lion's Gate energy of the King of Wands. Yeah, it's time for us to have a convo. Yeah, it may be intense because of the devil energy, just FYI. Queen of Wands. Now we have a King and Queen of Wands. Very passionate. Chariot. Moving forward, being victorious, overcoming all obstacles and challenges. I like this. I feel like this is really powerful. I just want to be sure that the Queen of Wands doesn't represent a karmic partner, so let me clarify the devil first. Sometimes she is, sometimes she's not. Hermit on that devil, Ace of Pentacles here, new beginning, temperance, wait, patiently waiting. Wow. Okay. So I feel what's coming in is sort of it's reminding me that someone has not let go. Someone remains firmly planted in their, I'm going to say, obsessed adjacent energy about the connection. Could be you, could be your divine counterpart. And what's interesting is, because I was talking about this possibly being ego or shadow, here's the Hermit. So whoever is in this Hermit energy from the past, whether it was you that retreated or your divine counterpart, that's who's coming forward in this devil card. So, you know, the devil is sometimes just super freaking intense. It's just about intensity. And it very well could be that you've both gone on this very solitary journey, and this devil, what they clarified by the Hermit, is coming through to say, took a good hard look at myself. I went deep. I went there. I did my shadow work. I focused on the ego. I got very self-aware, and now I'm ready for my close-up. Thank you, Mr. DeMille. I'm ready for my close-up, darling. There it is. Ace of Pentacles. And underneath with the Temperance, the beautiful energy of the Temperance card, Sagittarius, by the way, it's coming in to say, you know, keep it together, keep it together. Everything in moderation. Because we've got opposing forces here. The devil and the Hermit play a very different game. They both do it in a sort of... oh, what's the word I'm looking for? it's in a behind the scenes. You don't know what's really going on because neither one of them let you see their real self, right? You don't get the close encounters with either of these cards. So it's almost as if to say, yeah, everything in moderation. Don't be too intense and don't be too withdrawn. You've been working out your ego issues. You've been focusing and doing shadow work. You're ready for your close-up and to up-level the connection. It will all unfold. Have the wisdom of patience to know that you can transmute the energy that came before. So I'm feeling the devil here is a challenge from the past patterns of ego, of will, but they were kind of pushed in the wrong direction. I don't feel it's the Queen of Wands. In this case, I feel the King and Queen of Wands is you and your divine counterpart, the passion, the attraction, power couple energy coming through, very clear about your desire for each other. There's a lot of chemistry here in this connection. And the issue is when you choose each other and you talk about it, you have to acknowledge the ego. You have to acknowledge the shadow. You have to acknowledge what you've both spent so much time working to rectify before you can invite in your new beginning. That's the way it's coming through. Underneath, Four of Pentacles. Yeah, so a little guardedness is probably healthy in this instance. So this is your subconscious awareness here telling you, yeah, I got to be on my guard. Can't give it all up right away. Playing a little hard to get. Wanting the reconciliation though. So, right, because there's been conflict, but you're keeping hope alive. So I feel in a way, almost as if this person comes towards you here, I almost feel like your first instinct is going to be to keep them at arm's length, to not trust the situation, and to not reveal your full hand. Right? That close encounters and into me, I see, no, I feel like it's going to be uncharted territory. You're going to feel like, oh, this is new. I'm not ready for this. They're coming with this olive branch. They're coming in fast and furious and with lots of certainty and confidence. And I'm still living in the conflict. I'm still feeling conflicted. I'm still dealing with the fallout from what went before. But, you may be healing from it or you may be keeping hope alive. So I do feel like this Four of Pentacles in terms of coming back in union, coming back together, reconciling whatever went on before that was not healthy, that was more toxic in nature. It's not far from your mind. The Four of Pentacles with that Five of Wands is saying, yeah, I'm not sure that I want to jump back into the frying pan. And yet, on some level, you're kind of hoping that this reconciliation takes. So the Hermit in the past, we already kind of know, but let me explore it anyway. Because this is where the realizations happened. Yes. This is the point of transformation. This was a dark night of the soul. This was a moving through time and space, dragging, like, with the chains around us, dragging the ball, but, behind us, tethered to our ego, tethered to our shadow, tethered to this devil energy, to all the things that have held us down. And that's what I feel has happened in the past. Hermit and Death card, wow. King of Cups. Ooh, lots of love though, and King of Pentacles. So this could be, I will just say it could involve a water sign because we have Scorpio with the King of Cups, water, water, water. It could be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It doesn't have to be. But this is a transformation. This could be about the person you love. And it could also be a transformation, like what had to die off was some measure of unavailability, like a lack of emotional availability here. And that lack of emotional availability is what set everything in motion. In like a dark way, and the transformation that unfolded, and underneath just really kind of in the back of your mind, really wanting someone you can count on, someone who shows up for you. So in this case, it feels like you almost let go. I'm seeing the Hermit with the Death card as a letting go, inner focus, yes, focusing on your own transformation, processing everything that went on, but on a very internal level. With regard to someone who was not emotionally available for you, and underneath in your psyche sort of meditating on, like, You know when I say let go of expectation, put it out to the universe what you're looking for, but don't give it a face, a shape, or a name. Let the universe bring to you that which is in your best and highest good. In your dream states, in your astral travel, King of Pentacles kept coming through. I want someone that's committed, that shows up, that's present, and that has the capacity to give here in 3D. Oof, I felt that one. So 8 of Pentacles now, your strength is in your ability to focus, to take one pentacle at a time, something sitting right in front of you. This is like the Apprentice card in a way. You know, practice makes perfect, but also not being overwhelmed by all the things in your reality, just picking on that one thing that's most important and fine-tuning it. In this case, it's about creative solutions and your willingness to work at a connection, maybe even working at your vulnerability. Yep. Ace of Cups. 10 of Cups. Oh my God, I want to cry. 2 of Swords underneath. So this has been a work in progress. The 2 of Swords kind of pulls you back into that lover's energy of, yeah, I got a decision to make and the answers are within me. They're not out there anymore. I've done all my inner work about me and now I have to be clear about what I want, right? Because the King of Wands is about claiming, being clear and claiming and going for it. So I love that we have the 8 of Pentacles with the Ace of Cups and the 10 of Cups. This is something you're now consciously working on. It's now in the conscious realm. You've done it all alone. You've had your solitary moments and now you know I'm at the crossroads. I'm either going to go all in and do the work or I'm not. So there is some measure here of will coming through with that 8 of Pentacles because we have so much beautiful energy with the Ace and the 10 of Cups here. That, you know, whatever it is you decide is going to have a big impact on the outcome. Woo! Okay. Guys, this is a big shift. So someone's coming in for you. King of Wands, this could be you going to your person. As always, it can be reversed. They're coming through totally healed. The healing has taken place and they're ready to kick it off. Page of Wands, there may be a message coming through. It will be energetic. It will be passionate. It will be flirtatious. It will not take itself too seriously. So don't be fooled because deep down inside, it's the real deal. It's the real deal. But it's either you delivering this message or someone delivering this message to you. Depends upon your particular storyline. But I feel I'm looking at a King of Wands who's made up their mind, who's done the requisite healing and is now ready to claim the love of this connection. So it almost feels like mirrored energy because we're starting together here with the lovers and communicating that I now know what I want. Queen of Wands, and I'm ready to go for it and be victorious in the Chariot underneath. And then we get the mirrored energy of the King of Wands saying to the Queen, I'm all healed now. I'm coming in. I might play it coy and sweet and you know, seductive, but I know you're the real deal too. Wow. So the will is coming in for both of you. The difficulty that I see is the opening up enough to be seen in your vulnerability. That's choice. Lots of growth here. There's been a lot of growth. And even though this is going to be uncharted territory for many of you because you may be returning, for some of you, you'll be returning to the scene of the crime is how it's coming through to me. And it's like it's not just a do-over, it's almost like a starting from square one in a lot of ways. But it's something that, you know, you're going to have to allow yourself to hold out hope. That whatever it is you are bringing together in this reunion of your souls will end up with the connection that you always knew you had. Wow. Okay. If this is speaking to you, I'm going to take it to the extended and go through all signs. I'll start with Leo because it's your season Leo, it's your new moon Leo, it's Lionsgate Leo. We'll go all the way around the zodiac. And I'm going to be looking at your connection, how your divine masculine is showing up, how divine feminine is showing up. And then in the middle is what are you dealing with? What downloads are you receiving? What do you need to take action on with regard to Lionsgate? So it's more going to shift into a Lionsgate focused reading with divine masculine, divine feminine, and then what you're bringing through, what's coming through for you in this energetic portal way that's going to set you on your next highest timeline. Okay, so the link to that is below. Thanks for joining me. All the best to you in this beautiful new moon. Hey, set some crystals, especially rose quartz and any green crystals you may have. I got a little one here. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but anything representing heart, heart chakra out in the new moon. I know we don't have the light of the new moon, but we have the energy. It will hypercharge in Lionsgate with the Leo new moon. It will hypercharge those crystals. So do it. All right, the link to the extended is below. I'll see you there. Take care, guys. Bye for now.